Hi, Cancer. Welcome. So, Cancer, this is going to be your you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind, it's a general reading, so the roles may be reversed. And also, my readings are timeless, so I just trust that when this finds you, it's for you. So, interestingly enough, you have the card of complexity and simplicity. So, contradiction right out of the gate here. It's talking about coming up against clashes, complications, things feeling difficult, and that yet you're being encouraged to go into the space of allowing. So right behind that energy, there is a lot of potential, so that whatever you have going on between you and this person, or maybe just in general right now, it may seem complex, but there is some sort of potential here, or at least Spirit is encouraging you to see the potential in the connection. So let's go ahead and get started, Cancer, and see what else we have coming in for you. Crowning energy. Ooh. I have the 10 of Cups here and the Justice card, Libra energy here for some of you. So it's all about holding your integrity and going towards the things that emotionally fulfill you. This is a beautiful way to start the reading, because it's talking about too, like, balance being brought into your home life, into your relationships, and it giving you a greater sense of peace, maybe after a period where things felt difficult or like a struggle to you. So let's see, the person you're connecting to is the 10 of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles. Ooh. So it's interesting, you both have 10 tens. 10. 10 is a number of completion that may also carry some significance to you. And the 8 of Pentacles. So there's something that's coming to an end in this person's energy, and not in the best ways. I feel a sense of exhaustion around this, and maybe even at times like this person feeling like, things are not worth working on, or that they don't have the energy, right? Or I heard physical exhaustion to work on something. I feel like this person's kind of getting caught up in the problem as opposed to the solution, where I feel like, Cancer, your energy is more in this settled type of vibe where you see the problem, but you're open to, more receptive to the solution. So let's get into it and see. We're going to look at the past and what led up to the now moment. We're also going to look at how you are perceiving each other, how you both genuinely feel underneath it all in the big spiritual picture. So recent past energy for you, Cancer. What led up to the now for my Cancers? King of Pentacles, the Wheel, and the Moon, and the Queen of Swords. So, Cancer, I feel like there's been some sort of turn of luck or turn of events here, where it's a sense of like knowing that, I keep hearing you are where you are. It's like a sense of knowing that, you're fine where you're at, but also feeling a little pensive on top of that. Not really trusting this person, or maybe even doubting your own intuition, okay? It's really interesting to me that this person has their sword up towards the moon. So there's defensiveness showing up in the connection, at least there was in the past. Especially like if there was questioning going on. Say if you were to question this person, they just seem very bothered to me. And I'm getting the word bothersome, where it's like even the simplest question seems to like irritate this person, or when they're in that space. Now, because this is a general reading, that may resonate with you, Cancer. You might have been the one in that very irritable space, but I'm actually picking it up with the other person. Take it as it resonates. It's almost like, I don't know how to put this. It's a sense of like, okay, you're going to learn your lesson, like not getting so bothered by someone's reaction, and just knowing that karma will do what it does, which is the ultimate decider and balancer of all things, and not letting yourself get into an irritable spot and or drug into the emotions of someone else. But I do feel like that there's maybe been times where you did let it get to you, or you do let it get to you, and you know this because it feels like irritation. So let's see this person's recent past. The Empress. The Two of Swords. The Fool. Whoa. The King of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So when it comes to the person you are connecting with, I feel like there's that Two of Swords again. So let me gather my thoughts for a second. Hold on. There's been some concerns about this person, about their health in particular, is what I'm feeling. I don't know if they shared that with you, but I picked that up right away, and I don't usually get messages like this. It's almost like this person is just kind of ready to, or maybe has been in the past, like ready to give up, but yet not really certain which direction to go in, and yet they feel the calling. They feel that they're being called towards something, and on a very deep spiritual level, there's an awareness around this. So I feel like they're hearing that calling as we come into the present energy, where in the past they may have ignored it or been focused elsewhere, particularly in the health sector, if that was something that was going on with them. So let's see what else. Let's go into the how you perceive each other in the now energy. The Devil. The Seven of Swords. Holy cow. The Four of Cups. And the Page of Swords. Not the best energy. Okay. So, that sense of irritation, I feel like it's grown. It's into kind of like a bothersome energy, where it feels like, to me, I hate the word toxic, but it does kind of feel like that. Like things may have felt toxic at times. Because this isn't the best energy. It's a sense of like, I'm not trying to do dramatic pauses, but this is a very specific message, and by all means, do not make this resonate if it's not your story. You would already know by now. It's like, while someone's not paying attention, there's something going on in the background. Okay. It's like one party, and I can't tell if it's coming from your end or their end, so you fill in the dots. One person in the connection seems distracted, and in the meantime, the other party in the connection is almost taking advantage of that, or doing things behind the scenes that the other is unaware of. But I get a sense of justification around it. Like, well, that person is absent, or they're not, putting in what I feel they should be. And so I feel justified in doing what I'm doing. And very, I'm not here to say what's justified, what's not, but that's the essence of what I'm getting from these cards. And this is something that stems back to, I think it started out as like an irritation, like something irritating your spirit, and then it developing into a full-blown like bothersome manifestation. And I do feel, that it's created a space where there's not a lot of honest communication happening here. But yet there's a lot of second guessing, as well as like, like when you know that someone won't honestly tell you the truth or tell you how they're feeling. And so it kind of leaves you to like fill in the dots for yourself, and you start to just assume what they may be thinking or feeling because there's not that open dialogue there. But the problem with assuming how someone else may be thinking or feeling is that although you may be close to right, you're hardly ever, they said never, 100% right. Because everybody's vibration is so detailed that only them and their higher self knows it. But also you impose your own bias, and it takes you away from caring about how you feel because you're so enthralled by figuring out how someone else feels that it completely throws you out of alignment. It's like the worst thing you can do to your brain. If you give too much of your thought to how other people are perceiving you or how another person is thinking or feeling, you are neglecting your own thoughts and emotions. It really should be that it matters not what other people are doing. It only matters how I feel about that. And I choose how I feel. I'm getting that message because whether it's you or them doesn't matter. The guidance is to come back to self, because that's where your power is. Your power is not in others because you cannot control others, right? And so Spirit wanting you to come back to self. So let's go further. How does this person view the connection? And I'm getting like, things as simple as like, what's bothering you? Why are you bothered? And just not telling the truth about what's really at the core of what's bothering you for whatever reason. You or them, one of you's doing that. Two of Pentacles or saying that to others. The devil's come out twice. Now it could be Capricorn energy you're dealing with. So I feel like this person's in this space of kind of like knowing that they have toxic patterns. And I do feel like after a period of maybe feeling like they were going to give up, that they are attempting to work on that. Like, I feel like this person has come to some sort of conclusion here after a period of going back and forth to focus their energy more wisely and needing to take better care of self as well. If there has been addictions, toxic traits, or their shadow showing up, they're trying to move away from that energy. But I feel like someone doesn't trust that, like, well, they're giving me a song. You say I'm crazy, but you don't think I know what you've done. I think that's Sam Smith. But what I also wanted to say is like, when someone is like, oh, I'll change, I'll do better. But like, you kind of been down that road before. So like, there's a part of you that kind of knows like that they won't, our patterns sometimes speak more loudly than our words. So let's go into the emotional space. Get back in there. And go deeper. What's going on in the Cancer energy? Cancer. Four of Swords. Oh, you had cards flip here. Five of Wands. The Death and Rebirth card. Scorpio energy for some of you. Holy shnikes. I said that so I wouldn't say shit. But then I said shit anyways. Oh, and I said it again. Oh, well. Anyways, I figure we could lighten the mood for a second because this is pretty intense. Okay, Four of Swords, Five of Wands, Death, Five of Swords. Holy crap. You know what, Cancer? Some of you have come to peace with the fact that you are going to fight. How can you come to peace with a fight? I don't know. Or maybe you had a fight and you're coming to peace with it, but I feel like it's more so what I said. It's like, you know what? I've tried to maintain my composure and my integrity, and I've waited for karma to do its job, but now I'm irritated, and that irritation is growing, and now it's turning into bothersome energy, and that bothersome energy is now going into a space of full-on justification of my disalignment and anger and whatever your next move is going to be. But I don't come from the school of thinking that negative emotion is a bad thing. Negative emotion is an indicator that whatever you're going through currently right now is crossing some sort of boundary within you. It's kind of like your rumble strips, like on the side of the highway when you're getting ready to go off the highway and you hit them rumble strips. Negative emotion is your rumble strips that's saying, hey, there's something you're experiencing right now that is in disagreement with your alignment. And it's through negative emotion that we navigate away from things that create that in us, right? And yes, it is perspective as well, but sometimes you just can't change your perspective enough to justify where you stand, and that's your indication that it's time to disengage, move away, do whatever it is that you need to do. So I feel like there's this kind of, it's almost like I had enough, like it's almost like I've come to peace with the fact that this is going to cause me to go into my shadow. And yet not beating yourself up over that, feeling justified in that. Wow, this is a really interesting reading. Let's go into this person's emotional space then. 7 of Swords. What the heck? 10 of Swords. I don't have one lick of Cancer in my chart, but this is a fascinating reading. But you know what? I do have a lot of houses, right? I do have a lot of placements in the 4th house, which is Cancer. 5 of Swords. You both have the 5 of Swords in the heart space. So give me a second here. This person is at a loss at what to do. It's like they want the sense of stability, and yet there's something going on behind the scenes here. You don't have the 7 of Swords and the 5 of Swords out twice if there ain't something funky going on here. So it's like someone is doing something behind the scenes, and the other person's intuition is aware of it. And again, I cannot tell if it's you or them, but you know where you stand, right? So it's like, what the hell? Because I feel like this person wasn't taking good care of themselves in the past, and it exhausted them, and they may have felt like giving up, and then they got the inspiration to work on themselves, and it helped them pull away from their shadow and things coming together. But something feels off, and it is off. And there's some sort of battle going on emotionally. And it's all lower level energy. I can't say one is in the right and one is in the wrong because y'all are matching each other, kind of. But it's like this person, they've exhausted themselves, like trying to figure out the situation or the truth of something. What the heck? I'm sorry. I'm going to go deeper. My hair is sticking up. I'm sorry. What is the Seven of Swords? Strength card. Somebody doesn't have the courage enough to tell the truth. And whoever is not telling the truth, the other person is intuitively aware. Now, they may not have proof, or you may not have proof if it's you, but the feeling is there. You know, because they're giving me the song, I Feel It Coming. I Feel It Coming by The Weeknd. So it's like there's a sense of something coming here. Let's go further. Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands, the freaking Tower. The Chariot, that's you. The Empress. And the World. Before I read this, I'm going to get theirs out. I don't usually do that, but this is a very didn't I call that from the very beginning? I said there's a very complex energy. But underneath this complex situation is an opportunity or the potential for growth. It's funny. They're giving me also the song Rise Up. Really? That card tried to come out twice. Rise Up by Andra Day. King of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. I don't know how to describe this. I'm at a loss of words. I might title this, I'm at a loss. I think this never happened to me. All right, so here's the two potentials. Remember, I told you at the beginning of the reading that there's a puzzling situation, complex situation, but the encouragement is to see the potential. And here's two cards of potential, right? So, but out of this potential comes the Tower. So there's this disruptive, chaotic change energy, but yet somehow it cuts you loose, and that allows you to take better care of yourself, and things come full circle. This card combination kind of reminds me of like fed up. And that creating a push to some sort of change that on the outset seems very complex, but from the higher picture is potential. This person's energy, you know, they're ready for action. They've thought a lot about where their heart is, what they love, what's meaningful to them. And I feel this person, you know, in this space of like comfortable with what they have to offer and comfortable in their own skin. But at the same time, there's something that gnaws at this person that either they're keeping a secret or you're keeping a secret about. And if I'm being completely honest, it's showing up that you're the one keeping secrets. But because it is a general reading, like I said earlier, I'm trying to keep it either or, because it could be on their end. All I can tell you is that there's an awareness, and out of awareness, even if it starts as just a small intuitive nudge, it will build momentum into becoming a fully realized manifestation, aka the truth coming out. See, you can only lie for so long. People don't understand that. Because I think movies and like TV, like, make it appear that like people get away with stuff, you know, or like get away with lies, or, you know, whatever. They glorify that. But the truth is, karma really does be holding you to your true authentic self. So even if it's not obvious to other people, karma, it is always known to the person experiencing the karma. For instance, if you've lied to someone about whatever, and it's created some sort of harm, don't be surprised if you find yourself in a situation down the road where you get lied to and it hurts your feelings. Because karma does this thing where it puts you on the other side of the coin. But, you know, it's not always obvious to us because we don't follow people around to see, like, did they get their karma? Did they get their karma? You just kind of have to trust that, yes, the laws of the universe are very consistent. Very consistent. So, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but other than to say that in real life, all that lies beneath the surface will undoubtedly, inevitably be risen to the surface, become evident. I kind of feel like one of the parties wants to take karma into their own hands, but yeah, you know, that doesn't always pan out either, because then you get karma for playing karma. Complex, right? But anyways, I just feel like regardless of who's who, there's this huge push in your energy, Cancer, to keep your integrity in place. Especially when it comes to matters of the heart or the home. But there is a big change, or a potential for a big disruption. But out of that disruption comes freedom, or the ability to move forward into a better feeling space. And it completes a karmic cycle. So, wow. Let's see what the guidance is here, Cancer. And it's funny because I feel like whatever this person has going on, they're going to push past it. But it's still going to gnaw at them. Sorry. What else? I know I had a card flipped down there, but I'm not going to take that one. Well, maybe so. It's the card of trust. All right, so your card says stay connected. We're all born connected. You have many tendencies to pull away from that connection as you journey through your life, but now is an important time to reconnect with your source and your higher self. This person has be proud. It's time to celebrate what you've achieved, all that you are, and all that you have become. Every once in a while, it's important to stop and acknowledge how far you've come. And then you both have trust. While your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow an alternative path. The logical path may be one that you consider safe and more familiar, but you could be missing out on a boundless opportunity. So, wow, very intense reading. Again, this is super specific, so don't make it resonate if it's not your story. But for those of you that did, I hope you appreciated it. It's a zodiac signs that you could be connecting with or having your own chart. I've got Scorpio here. I've got Leo. I've got Capricorn, Libra, Taurus, Aries, Yes, those are the predominant signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general reading. So take where it resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do have videos and content over there. Tarot Time with Dana is the name of all my social media accounts. All of it linked in the description box, as well as the About section of my YouTube, where you can find the donation link. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Cancer. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.